सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। Naishkarmya Siddhi, Chapter 3, Verse number 83, Page number 132. Apurvadhigamam kurvant pramanam syanna chenna tat न विरोधस्ततो युक्तः विभिन्नार्थावबोधिनोः। Sureshwaracharya, analyzing the Mahavakya alone gives liberation. Mahavakya Jnanam Tattvamasi Aham Brahmasmi Prajnanam Brahma Ayamatma Brahma. All these Mahavakyas are known as Vastu Bodhaka Vakyam. Atma is the Vastu. Vastu Bodhaka Vakyam is that in which understanding alone is relevant. Other than an understanding, nothing is required in Vastu Bodhaka Vakyam. Helplessly you will get that knowledge whether you are interested or not. It happens. Suppose in your neighbor's house they keep the TV sound very loudly. That sound enters your ears without your effort. Understanding of that sound, which movie or which actor, actress, all will enter into your mind, understanding take place. You have no choice whether to hear it or not. You have no choice because it is coming into your house. Kartum, akartum, anyadhava kartum, not possible. Even you close your windows, doors, it will come. So, Vastu Bodhaka Vakyam is Mahavakyam. There is no question of any action. There is another type of sentences called Karya Bodhaka Vakyam. That sentence which talks about the Karyam means some action. You have to do certain actions. They are called Karya Bodhaka Vakyani. In Karya Bodhaka Vakyam you have a choice. Jyotishtoma Yaga, Putra Kameshti Yaga, or any yaga, or any vratam, or any puja, whether to do it or not to do it, or to do it in a different way. It is your choice. Why? It is Karya Bodhaka Vakyam. Therefore, here Prasankhyanavadi, the Purvapakshi, Prasankhyanavadi said, only by Mahavakya you cannot get liberation. Only by Mahavakya you cannot get liberation. You have to do repetition of Mahavakya. Aham Brahmasmi, Aham Brahmasmi. After listening from the teacher, you have to do what? Avritti. Mahavakya Avritti is required, or meditation. It is called Prasankhyanam in his language. Prasankhyanam has to be done. Then what will happen according to Purvapakshi? Once you do the repetition of Mahavakya, you will get Atma Sakshatkara after some time. After some time, you will get Atma Jnanam Moksha. By just listening, you won't get moksha. So, Purvapakshi's opinion that Sureshwaracharya is negating. Upadesha Sahasri, Shankaracharya negating. Here, Sureshwaracharya negating. What he said, Pramanam, Mahavakyam is a Pramanam alone is not sufficient. Dhyanam is required, or Prasankhyanam is required. Because I have seen many students attending the Vedanta classes. They are not having that Atma Anubhava. They are all still in Ahankara. They are all still in Anatma. Therefore, I am also an example, Purvapakshi including himself also in that. Anubhava is not coming, Atma Anubhava is not coming. Therefore, I recommend all students to do meditation. So, Sureshwaracharya is telling here in this 83rd verse which we saw in the last class, Pramanam is that. What is Pramanam? Mahavakya Pramanam is not an ordinary Pramanam. Any Pramanam. See, you, the Purvapakshi, talking about Ahankara. I am Vedanta Mahavakyam is talking about Atma. You are talking about Ahankara. Vedanta is talking about Atma. So you are talking about Pratyaksha Pramanam. Ahankara, Anubhava, I am, that comes under Pratyaksha Anubhava. So you are Anatma, the Ahankara, mind plus Chidabhasa, called Ahankara. This Ahankara has got Purva Janma Vasana and present Janma Prarabdha, all come under Pratyaksha Pramana. Mahavakya talking about not Pratyaksha Pramanam. Aham Brahma Asmi belongs to another Pramanam, Mahavakyam. Therefore, your Pratyaksha Pramanam is dealing with Anatma Ahankara. You are combining both of them. Mahavakya never talk about mind is Satyam. See the sloka, first word, Apurvadhigamam. Pramanam, Mahavakya Pramanam has come to teach something new. Apurva means that you do not know in the past. Purva. Apurvam. Some unique thing Mahavakya has to teach. Not that what you know. Adhigamam means jnana. You have to get some new knowledge. Your mind has got problems. Vedanta Mahavakya need not teach about that. Your mind is having sukha, dukkha, all those things, Mahavakya need not talk. Why? Why Mahavakya need not talk about our mind description? Because we know, already we know what is our mind. That Mahavakya need not talk. Then what it has to talk? What jnanam it has to give? Apurvam. What is that apurvam? Mahavakya says, your mind is mithya. That is the new knowledge. Mind is not satyam. Manas, our own mind, is not satyam. It is mithya. That is the new knowledge given by Mahavakya. Mahavakya has come to say, you are not the mind. Mano buddhi ahankara chittani naham. I am not the mind, buddhi, intellect, memory, ego, I am not. This knowledge has to be given, new knowledge. Mind problems, Mahavakya never said Manas is Ananda Swarupam. Mahavakya never say that. Anubhava Viruddham. How Mahavakya can say that? Ananda Swarupa. No, it is Dukkha Misritam. Mixture. Mixture of Sukha and Dukkha. So Mahavakya never said your mind is Ananda Swarupam. That which is Yukti, Ayukti. It is not logical, it is illogical. Anubhava Viruddham, Pratyaksha Viruddham. So Mahavakya never say that. Mahavakya says, which mind you are taking as real, which mind you are taking its problems as real, that mind is not real. It is mithya only. This is called apurva adhigamam. Kurvat pramanam. That is called pramanam. A pramanam, a valid means of knowledge, is that which gives new knowledge. Pramanam syat. Na chet, if not. If that is not given by pramanam, new knowledge, tat pramanam na bhavati. That pramanam is not a pramanam at all. Mahavakya does not give what you know, information. What you know, Mahavakya need not give. Mahavakya gives what you do not know. That is the purpose of Mahavakya. Very, very important point. So, na virodhaha tataha. Virodhaha tataha, therefore. Virodhaha na yuktaha. You should not talk about the contradiction. My anubhava is dukkha anubhava. Atma jnanam I am not getting. Anubhava is not coming. There is a virodha you are telling. It is not correct. Tataha virodhaha na yuktaha. Since Mahavakya is not at all talking about contradiction. Mahavakya is not talking about contradiction. Na virodhaha yuktaha. So you are not the mind. You are the witnesser of the mind. You are the sakshi. You are not available. Sakshi Chaitanyam, you the Atma, not available for Pratyaksha pramanam. Not available for pratyaksha pramanam means you are talking about ahankara anubhava is available for pratyaksha pramanam, but I am the witnesser of the mind, which mind is mithya, is not available for pratyaksha pramanam. Therefore, tataha, therefore, virodaha na, Mahavakya is not revealing anything contradictory. It is only talking about vibhin artha avabodhinoho. So between those two pramanams, pratyaksha pramanam and shastra mahavakya pramanam, two different things. Mahavakya talking about aham brahma, higher I, and ahankara is pratyaksha pramanam. So therefore pratyaksha pramanam and shabda pramanam. Here avabodhinoho. Avabodhino means revealing. Revealing what? Vibhinnartha avabodhinoho. Vibhinnartha means what? Pratyaksha pramanam is one pramanam. Talking about ahankara. You are mixing up and messing up of pratyaksha and shabda. Shabda means here what? Mahavakya, shabda. Mahavakya comes under shabda pramanam. What is pramanam? Karanam, pramanam. That which gives prama, knowledge, is called pramanam. That which gives knowledge. Prama means knowledge. That which gives knowledge is called pramanam, means of knowledge. Avabodhinoho. So vibhinna artha. Vibhinna artha means two different things. Vibhinnartha. What are those two different things? Pratyaksha pramanam talking about ahankara. Shabda pramanam talking about atma. Vibhinna artha. Two different things. Avabodhini, avabodhin shabdaha. Nakarantaha, napumsakalingaha. Avabodhin shabdaha, shashti divachanam. Two are there. That's why divachanam. Two pramanams. Pratyaksha means direct perception is one pramanam. And shabda pramanam, another means of knowledge. That is why avabodhinoho, pramanayoho ityartha. Two pramanams. Up to here we saw in the last class. Now we'll go to verse number 84. This is also very, very important shloka. All are highly technical. I will introduce the upodghata first, then we'll go to the shloka. Ya evamapi bhinna vishayanam virodham vakti sotrapi virodham bruyat yaha evam api. In spite of this much explanation by me, Sureshwaracharya is telling, in spite of my explanation, yaha, whoever, if a person talks bhinna vishayanam, talking about two different things, bhinna vishayanam pramananam. Ahankara is one vishaya, aham is another vishaya. Two subject matters. We can say two subject matters. These two subject matters are mixed up, always to be together. You cannot separate them physically. Ahankara and aham, you cannot separate. They are always together. Chidabhasa, ahankara. Mind plus chidabhasa alone is ahankara. Wherever ahankara is there, aham, the Sakshi Chaitanyam is there. Therefore, you cannot separate them physically. In spite of this much explanation, if a person bhinna vishayanam pramananam, two pramanams which are talking about two different things. Bhinna vishayana means ahankara is one vishaya, vyavaharika vishaya, and aham, atma is paramarthika vishaya. Bhinna vishaya. One is depending upon the pratyaksha pramanam. Ahankara ahankara vishaya is depending upon pratyaksha pramana. Another vishaya is aham, Brahma, Sakshi. Depending upon what? Depending upon Shabda Pramana. Shabda Pramana. Why people are not able to get Jnanam? Because they don't listen Naishkarmya Siddhi. All people won't get. Very rarely people take this text. My Swamiji taught to me, that's why I am teaching. But you don't find people teaching Naishkarmya Siddhi. Because Siddhi Granthas are very, very terse Granthas. A teacher should be consistent for long time teaching Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads, Prakarana Granthas systematically. Then only the teacher can handle these type of texts. Text means what? Naishkarmya Siddhi text. Otherwise, students also, teacher must be consistent, students also must be consistent. Then only I can talk, you can listen. So we are in third chapter now. From how many years we are studying this? Nothing is new, already known only. Nothing is a new subject, but you see the way Sureshwaracharya present and Shankaracharya present in Upadesha Sahasri. So you get more and more clarity. The more you listen to Prakarana Granthas, you get more clarity. Without clarity, without listening, always confusion will be there. That is why Bhinna Vishayanam, Ahankara Vishaya and Sakshi Vishaya, two are different, Bhinna. Therefore, that Pramanam is also what? Bhinnam. Pramananam, Bhinna Vishayanam, Pramananam. Pramana also is different. Ahankara is Vyavaharikam. Aham, Sakshi is Paramarthika. aham sakshi chaitanyam. Sakshi chaitanyam is not available for any other pramana, local pramanas. It is available only to Vaidika Shabda Upanishad Pramana. Not knowing this, many people combine the Laukika Pramanam Pratyaksham and Shabda, Vaidika Shabda. While we are talking Pratyaksha, Anumana, Upamana, Arthapatti, Anupalabdhi, 6 pramanams when we are talking, in every Upanishad, maximum, I have explained about pramanams. Last pramanam comes under Shabda pramanam. All of you are supposed to know these pramanams. That Shabda pramanam also, we saw 2 types of Shabda, Laukika Shabda and Alaukika Shabda. Shabda pramanam, there are many words, sounds talking about the worldly matters. But whereas Mahavakya, Shabda pramanam only, but it is talking about not Laukika Shabda, not Laukika Vishaya. Atma is not a Laukika Vishaya. Swarga is not a Laukika Vishaya. That which you do not know through any other Pratyaksha, Anumana, Upamana, Arthapatti, Anupalabdhi. Only Shabda. That too Vaidika Shabda. That is why Bhinna Pramana. Shastra Pramana Vishaye, person should have lot of Shraddha. Lot of faith is required. In what? Lot of faith in what? Shastra. What Shastra is talking? Alaukika Vishaya. Therefore, this person, Bhinna Vishayanam Virodaha Vakti. 2 different things. Virodha is there, contradiction is there, he says. Between Atma and Ahankara, the contradiction is talking because both belong to different pramanams. How can you talk contradiction? Vakti means he talks about. Saha atrapi virodham bruyat. Here also in the following portion also, even I explain Saha with regard to the following example. Atra api means the following next sloka he is going to give example. With regard to the following example also. Atra api. However much you talk, people, those who don't study properly, waste of talking to them. Waste of talking to them. First to listen Shastra, you require lot of humility. You should know that you do not know. That humility should be there. I want to learn. Don't think that you know everything. That's why this person, Atra api virodham bruyat, he will come to an absurd conclusion. Virodham bruyat. He will come to only that conclusion which is absurd. Absurd. Absurd means false, wrong conclusion. Wrong conclusion of contradiction. The contradiction, Pratyaksha Pramanam and Shabda Pramanam, he is combining, mixing up and messing up, and there is Virodha is talking. He is coming to that conclusion only, however much we say. Now he is going to explain that in 84th verse. So in this shloka, atrapi virodham bruyat. So pramana virodham. You may come to an absurd conclusion of contradiction. Who? That person, saha. That person only. Bhinnaha vishayaha esham tani bhinna vishayanam. Two pramanams dealing with separate subject matter. Bhinna vishayana means two pramanams talking about different subject matter. Virodham bhakti, if you talk about contradiction, we are helpless. You, Bhagavan only can save him. How can Bhagavan can save? A person is adamant, wrongly holding on to that pratyaksha pramana and shabda pramana mixing up, Bhagavan also cannot save him. Atrapi, with regard to this following example also, na cholli enna prayojanam and ardham. Even though I say he is not going to come out of that, he comes to only wrong conclusion. How? 84 shloka number. Nayam shabdah kuto yasmat rupam pashyami chakshusha iti yadvat tathayvayam virodhakshaja Very funny example Acharya gives. How it happens? There are some murkhas. They will talk certain things. One person is there. Imagine one person is there. He heard a sound of a baby crying. Maybe shouting or crying sound. A person heard that sound. What? Baby crying sound. After listening that sound, he says, that is not sound. That is not a sound of the baby. That's not the sound of the baby. He come to conclusion, wrong conclusion. Why? Because my eyes are seeing chakshusha. Yasmat, because my eyes are seeing the baby's form. Baby or child form only my eyes are seeing. Therefore, that sound is not there in the hearing the sound, because my eyes are seeing the baby. But very difficult for us to understand this example. Funny example. How it happens we do not know, but Acharya taking that eyes are, he says, chakshusha pashyami. What I am seeing through my eyes are revealing the rupam, form of the baby or some person, you can take form of the person, baby. Therefore, what? Sound is not fact. Sound is not fact. Ayam shabdaha na Syat. The sound is not a fact. Why? Even though even though it is revealed by his ears only. It is revealed by his ears, but he says the sound is not a fact. Why? He gives the reason. Chakshusha rupam pashyami. Through eyes I am seeing the form of the baby. Therefore, the sound of the baby is not a fact. What a funny example. Are you understanding now? So sometimes it is difficult to understand the dull-witted people's statements. So iti yadvat, just like that. Tatha eva ayam. Similarly here also, like that only. Dealing with the totally separate subject matter, sound is one subject matter, form is another subject matter, pramanams are different. How he is combining an ayam yadvat ayam api tatha eva virodha. Ayam api means dashtanta. We have to come. Above first line is drishtanta, example. Akshaja vakyayoho. Akshaja means pratyaksha bond, perception bond. Each pramanam has got its own field, but this person says pratyaksha. Aksha means eyes. Eyes report whatever is pratyaksham. Therefore, akshaja. And vakyayoho, mahavakyayoho. Mahavakya and pratyaksha. Mahavakya pramanam and anubhava pramanam. Here the topic is I am not Ananda Swarupam, Anubhava Pramanam. I am Dukhi only. You are telling I am Ananda Swarupaha. Enge? Where? Lot of physical problems from morning to till night I am facing. You are telling you are Shuddha, Buddha, Mukta, Swarupaha. Or I want to give you a punch on your nose. And sometimes people are angry with Vedanta teacher. Vedanta teacher, when starts class, what the teacher says, you are Ananda Swarupaha, you are free, you are, what not. You are Indran, Chandran, you are the crown of this creation. So totally opposite my experience in the family, in my family members' situations. So how can this can gel? Very difficult, very, very difficult for a common man. That is why many ignorant people are angry with the Vedanta teachers. They want to get ananda in their vyavahara, family, son, daughter, brother, sister, father. They want to get benefit in that. அந்த மாதிரி ஏதாவது பெனிஃபிட் இருந்தால் கொடுங்கோ. உங்கள் வேதாந்தம் எல்லாம் யாருக்கு வேணும்? எனக்கு ஏதாவது ஃபேமிலியில் ஆனந்தம், ஃபிசிக்கல்லி ஆனந்தம். கேன் யூ கிவ்? இஃப் யூ ஆர் நாட் கிவிங், go. Like that, people are always expecting something from Vedanta class. That means tapping the wrong door. You can never have complete ananda in what? Pancha Anatmas. People are expecting Pancha Anatmas ananda. Shastra says don't ask. Don't ask. Body, mind, ahankara, mamakara. Body, mind, ஆனந்தமே கிடையாது. Really, only Ananda Abhasa is there. Family, possession, profession, all are having a gradation. Why you are tapping the wrong door? Vedanta is not meant for that. Vedanta has come to reveal the fact you are free from those body, mind, family, possession, profession, all are only vyavaharikam. Keep them where they are. You are the sakshi, witnesser of the entire vyavahara, which is having beauty, variety, novelty, but no stability. Understand them as they are. All body, mind, family, possession, profession have got variety, beauty, novelty, attraction. At the same time, understand there is no stability. Don't expect ananda or stability, peace from that. If you are expecting, means you are the most unintelligent person అని சொல்லக்கூடாது, fellow. Pujya Swamiji, Dayananda Swamiji used the word fellow. Unintelligent fellow. Not to be deserved to be called as person also. Person is a person who is having right perception. So this fellow expecting all benefits at Anatma level from Vedanta. Don't come here. This is not the place. You have come to the wrong shop. Wrong place anartham. Wrong place. Many people come like that. Then slowly they disappear also from the class. Okay, disappear in the sense they don't come to the class. இதெல்லாம் ஒன்றும் ஒத்து வராது நமக்கு. என்ன ஏன்? Because of that expectation they have. What to do? Wrong expectation. Iti yadvat तथा एव अयं विरोधः अक्षज वाक्ययोः. अहंकार problems అక్షజ అంటే దట్ మీన్స్ ప్రత్యక్షానుభవ ప్రమాణం. మహావాక్య వాక్యయోః, వాక్య ఈస్ టాకింగ్ అబౌట్ నాట్ వ్యావహారిక, ఇట్ ఈస్ పారమార్థిక సత్య ఆత్మ. అయం విరోధః, that it means totally two different subject matters, okay, dealing with two different things, not knowing that two different subject matters, two different pramanams you are combining and mixing up and messing up, and you are asking Mahavakya cannot give moksha, Mahavakya cannot give moksha, only Dhyanam gives moksha, liberation. Dhyanam, meditation is there in the pramanams. 6 pramanams meditation irukka kadiyadu. People love to do meditation. People love to get benefit from meditation. That is one type of addiction. Okay, one type of addiction. Meditation is a meditation as long as you understand its purpose, what it can give, what it cannot give. Because there are many yoga centers, institutions talk about meditation. That is why Sampradaya, classical Vedic meditation is very important. if you are out of Shastra, you are like out of parampara. Confusion, oh confusion. So, okay. Now, next shloka. Introduction. Big introduction. I will read shloka 85. Okay. Okay. Yasmat. Okay, in the slokam, it's over. That is iti tadvat. That the two statements, it tadvat means that is two statements are absurd of Purvapakshi. Tatha eva ayam virodha. Ayam virodha. So the contradiction is appearing for him. So is the contradiction. Tatha eva means so is the contradiction that the Purvapakshi is talking between Mahavakya Pramanam and Anubhava Pramanam. Making this statement, Brahmanubhava, I don't have, he says, making that statement. Brahmanubhava, I don't have. Not knowing that Brahma Anubhava doesn't exist, never happens. Because Brahman happens to be yourself. Why you want to get Brahma Anubhava? Experience, I want to experience Brahman. Already you are Brahman. Why you want to experience Brahman? Engyo tagarar idikkarade annartham. So, aham akshaja pratyaksha vakyayoho mahavakya virodha is also absurd. No contradiction at all. But he sees the contradiction. And another brilliant introduction coming for 85. Pramananam sata. Okay, paragraph. Pramananam satam na virodha Shrotradinamiva bhinna vishayatvat yathocha bhinna vishayatvam yathacha abhinna vishayatvam tayoho nakulayoriva pratiniyata eva badhyavadhaka bhavaha syat ataha taduchyate. Pramananam satam. Then another important technical portion, that epistemology. Two instruments of knowledge. Pramananam satam. The instruments of knowledge cannot contradict each other. Many times we saw this topic. What is that? Eyes have their own field. Every sense organ is like a king in its own field. Eyes always give knowledge of forms, colors. No other sense organ can go and enter into that field. Ears cannot enter and say, no, this is not this color. They cannot judge whether this or that. If this is wrong or right, no other pramanam cannot enter. Pratyaksha, Anumana, Upamana, Arthapatti, Anupalabdhi. Each pramanam has got its own field of expression. Shabda also similarly. Even modern science also deal with the materialistic field, material field. Similarly, Vedanta Shabda deal with the Atma field or spiritual field. Material field, Atma need not talk, Vedanta need not talk because everybody knows Pratyakshanubhava. So science deal with, modern science deal with the material things. Therefore, many people compare science and spirituality, Vedanta. They think they are very, very advanced because I'm combining science and Vedanta. They do not know how big blunder they are doing. Science and Vedanta, why to mix up and mess up to get a certificate? Science, what field? Using pratiksha, all anumana, inference. Vedanta talking about beyond pratyaksha, metaphysics. So people think I want everything to be scientific. Scientific is science below low, where it is very, 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 very talking about mundane materialistic things. Whatever you talk, astronomy, astrology, all that, and all these things also comes under only material. So they cannot uplift themselves to that level of Shabda Pramana. Very difficult for them to understand. So Pramananam Satam. Satam means valid. When each Pramana has got its own field. Na virodha. There is no contradiction. There is no contradiction. Ears say, now flight is going, sound heard by the ears. Now here flight is going, I am hearing that sound. Flight or something, I do not, some sound is coming. Oh, sound is there. Or mosquito, for that sake, one mission will come. That mission will come and put that mosquito, smoke something. That sound. So once my ears heard this sound, can eyes go and judge? No, this is not the sound, it is a flight sound or this sound or some other sound. Can eyes enter that field? Eyes never dare to enter. They cannot prove whether the sound is this or that. No. Shabdadinamiva bhinna vishayatvat. It is a bhinna vishaya. Shabda is a bhinna vishaya. Rupa is a bhinna vishaya. Shrotradinam means ears, adipadat, eyes, nose. Nose is smelling fragrance. Beautiful agarbatti, nice agarbatti, fragrant. Eyes come and enter that field. We are taking it as granted actually. You see, every one of us has got eyes, nose, ears, tongue and skin. 5 sense organs. How powerful they are. How powerful they are. Their job, they will never allow any other sense organ to enter. They will never allow. Not allow. They cannot function first of all. They cannot function. Every one of us having Pancha Jnanendriyani. Have you ever thought of the power of each sense organ? Hmm? Karma indriyani, keep it aside. Jnana indriyani. Hmm? What a beautiful, even the tongue. What a, uh, my God, in the Bhagavan's creation, the tongue is the most powerful, intelligent organ. No? That is Rasanendriyam. And how much a very soft tongue between the teeth, hard teeth, it is surviving and doing the job, sending the food to right side, left side, and it will never allow the food um, into the mouth to gulp. Like no detectors, metal detectors they keep in airport everywhere. Tongue is like a metal detector. All of you sit while eating, eating, and just close your eyes, observe what tongue does. Amazing job tongue does. No other sense organ can do that. It will never allow anything to gulp inside. Without its permission, you cannot do that. Bhagavan has given such a power to the tongue. It is managing between the 32 teeth, powerful, strong, grinding teeth, soft tongue, very, very, very powerful sense organ, Rasanendriya. The taste, not only taste, how much other job it is doing. நமக்கு ஒன்றுமே அதை பற்றி திங்க் பண்ணுறதுக்கு டைமே இல்லையே. எங்கே உட்காந்து நிம்மதியாக சாப்பிட்றோம், அப்படியே டிவி பார்த்துட்டு சீரியல் பார்த்துட்டோ கிரிக்கெட் பார்த்துட்டு சாப்பிட்றோம். என்ன சாப்பிட்றோமோ நமக்கே தெரியாது. பாவம் அந்த நாக்கு வந்து தான் வேலை பண்ணின்னு இருக்கேன்னா. Therefore, if you want to know the value of each sense organ, sit quietly and do that job of that work. Then we understand the power of Pancha Jnanendriyani. Not all organs I am talking, even Pancha Jnanendriyani. That is what Acharya is telling. Why I am talking this much? And Acharya is telling, Shabdadinam iva adipadat shabda sparsha rupa rasa gandha iva bhinna vishayatvat. Shabda is one vishaya, sound, and form is another vishaya, color is another vishaya, taste is another vishaya, touch is another vishaya, its field is different. Vishayatvat, pramananam satam, their value, the validity, na virodha, no contradiction. Where is the contradiction? Sound is sound and ears are their field. Ears field is sound, eyes field is form, nose field is smell. Don't touch each other now. They are all good, friendly, working. Bhinna vishayatvat. Tayoscha bhinna vishayatvam. Suppose he gives one example also later. Mouse and rat. That example he gives. Asat pramanam, sat pramanam. What is sat pramanam? What is asat pramanam? More interesting topic. We'll see that in the next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.